아. 아이고. 아. 헬로. 아이고. 아이고. 아이. 히히. I'm good. How are you guys? I have lights in my face. Why? What's with the reaction? What's with the reaction? Alright, it's only Wednesday. Good morning, guys. How are you guys? I'm going to order more pro-police candy and stuff. I heard they're really good for your throat. Unfortunately today. I hope it's not too hot tomorrow. Yesterday I was filming Blackpink in my house. What's kind of unfortunate is that this camera is super zoomed in that I can't really take a good angle. And so I checked what everyone else did, but they have like a legit dance studio. So I was like, do I have to go to a dance studio? But then I didn't want to bring my lights, so... I guess I'll work with what I have, and then maybe if I get some help, I'll like start adding 1 or 2 equipments, but... It's on Discord, and I think someone pinged it last time. Because I don't know what lens I have. So, anyways, today I'm gonna stream till hopefully like 1:30 because I have to clean the house. Sora and Mint Candy's coming at 2 just to hang out. So, hopefully we'll have fun time and it'll be a good time for me to rest. Yay. Hopefully. So, yeah. We'll be, I guess. I'm just gonna order food. I was gonna make some food for them, but I was like, I'm already streaming. I have no energy. And I think they would like it when it's not made. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because actually, I don't have anything in my house that I could, you know, like, serve. Because we haven't gone shopping, grocery shopping in a while. So, yeah. But today is going to be fun stock news. I hope you guys are very excited. We'll be talking about... I didn't prepare Roku. Because... actually editing for the K-pop thing is so overwhelming. Because it's a lot of tedious work. And I have to go through every time. But I'll hopefully if I get a good pattern of what I can do. I didn't realize that filming for K-pop would take that long. I think I did like 2 hours of dancing yesterday that I was like, you know what, if this was the case, I should have just started streaming. So maybe I could just quickly stream on YouTube for my dance practices instead of Twitch. So yeah, and my YouTube page is super catered towards Indonesian people right now, so it's interesting. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hi, Mark. Oh, really? Why? I've just been really lazy with grocery shopping. Maybe that shouldn't be it, but it's been a very lazy week. Why am I so lazy this week? I've been really lazy for the past couple days, actually. Yeah. K-pop dance is good for exercising, but if I have filming involved with it, then it just is very tiring. And I got so frustrated with Instagram Reels yesterday. Like, I was doing it in the train and I had it matching with the sound, but then it didn't work. So maybe next time I shouldn't even use Instagram Reels sound. So, like, that's happening to me when I'm using YouTube to do the sound thingy. It just doesn't work. So, anyways, anywho. Yeah. I got my nails done yesterday. I needed some relief, stress relief time. So they're very pink and simple. I didn't want to do anything crazy. I also got my toenails done. I needed some stress out. It was a fun break for me yesterday. And maybe that's the reason why, because I had to spend 2 hours doing my nails and my finger. I got home around 8 and I was like, I should probably do some editing. Too much. Too tired. So anyways, how was everyone's day? I hope you guys had a wonderful day today, Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll be going to the Hano place, and then Friday I was planning on streaming, but we'll see about that. Last Friday for the EU interns, there wasn't much participation and drinking involved, which was kind of sad, but it's okay to drink. Yeah, I'm really excited to go to US. I need a break. Maybe if I go to US, I'll take a break from stream and then spend some family time. But I don't know if they want to spend time with me. They might just end up chilling. You guys are still working? Working sucks. I kind of miss going to office area too, but everything is very hard. So hopefully you guys don't have to get you guys don't have to get stressed out too much about work. So, anyways, I'll start off, instead of talking about like stock and news right away, I'm gonna start off with reading the index, like learning thingamabobby, because I've been skipping on that, and I guess people really wanted me to learn the index. So that's plan. That's my first thing to do, and then I'll talk about different stocks. We'll do kind of like a casual stock stream, and then we'll see if there's any debates that I want to upload. I've been lazy with editing. Editing is such an effort. I'm very thankful that like my viewers aren't catered towards Koreans, because their editing is so high quality. Like some of them, especially like vlogs, it's like the camera work is so pretty, and that I need to have this like artistic sense of taking good pictures or videos, that I'm like, oh my god, I just hate this vlog thingamabobbies. It makes it so annoying and lazy. So yeah, I'm very happy that it's like Americans. Like I checked other people and I feel like they're less camera work involved with those than the current ones. I don't know, we'll have to see. So hey Kuro, how are you? Anyways, let's get started on talking about stock. My voice sounds so dead, doesn't it? Do you hear that? I should work on how loud I should use my voice. Wow, do you hear that? It goes from like natural to what the heck? Guys, am I dying? Holy cow. What? My voice sounds so weird. Anyways, so let's start learning about the index. Oh, by the way, this week's stock market isn't doing so well, so today's color is red, if anyone has noticed. So hopefully the stock market will do fine for the next week. It sounds like I've been smoking, doesn't it? Also, guys, what sucks is that the video that I take and uploading it on YouTube, it doesn't give you the same quality, I feel like, than a webcam. Kind of sad, but oh no, it's not this one. Sorry. So let's do this. Hi. I also wanted to go over, so I found this like really cool last week's stock news. So I want to quickly read about it before so I can kind of get a glimpse of what's been happening in the market. Weekly market recap. I like this one before we move on. So momentum shift, major US indexes were little changed through most of the week, but ended with a decline on Friday, snapping a string of 4 consecutive weekly gains for the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. With the next US Federal Reserve meeting just over a month away, investors worry about the pace of further interest rate increase. Really? And then housing markets. Sales of existing homes fell for the 6th consecutive month in July as a recent raise in mortgage rates continued to weigh on the US housing market. Sales fell 5.9% versus the previous month and 20.2% relative to July. So compared to last year, it fell 20%. That's crazy. But how much did the mortgage rate increase? compared to last year would be another interesting question to ask. And then there was virtually no change last month in US retail sales. So retails did flatten out, a segment of the economy that recently been holding up relatively well amid high inflation. The flat result for July was attributed largely to the recent decline in the price of gasoline, excluding gas and autos. Retails and food sales rose 0.7%. That's not that much. That's not that much. Dude, but in Korea, the Korean cabbage fees are kind of crazy. Like, how much did it cost for cabbage? It was like, I think for one, the Napa cabbage, where you make kimchi out of, I think it's like, I want to say $6-7. So it's the price is kind of crazy. And then Fed tough task. Minutes released from last month's US Federal Reserve meeting showed the policymakers agreed that they needed to keep raising interest rates, although they expressed concerns about lifting borrowing costs too fast and unduly weakening the economy. Really? Really, you think so? Yield bonds, raising euro inflation. Dude, isn't euro now almost back? No? I got the weekly performance for last week to today, I'm guessing, and they've been going down again, except for the energy. So did something happen during this week and last week that made it this bad? Because last week there wasn't that many. Last week was green when we compared it by weekly, so how come this week it's suddenly red all of a sudden? What? How did that happen? So scary. So and how come energy is doing better? Energy is always confusing. So maybe there's news about it that we could read. But because it was Russia, wasn't it Russia last week too? I feel like it's always Russia. When is it gonna end? But people also say that it's not a war. So what is it? Wasn't there like a meme saying this isn't a war, or it's like not a war like before? Or I guess it's less brutal than like less physical war. Only Russia calls it not a war? Okay. Oh, really? Oh, that's what I thought too. So what makes it... If we talk about war, isn't that also a political issue? I have questions about the war, but I'm always curious. What are drone strikes? They just drop bombs at you? Like drone bombs? What? Really? No way, really? Oh. So that's why when I was flying from Korea to Europe, they didn't go over Russia and Ukraine. So I think it took 2 or 3 more hours than it was supposed to. So anyways, let's talk about the index before we go more in depth with the stock news. The reason why I'm doing this is I don't know what an index is, so we'll get to know it together. And US took out an Al-Qaeda member with a drone. How do you take someone out with that? Flight from Korea to Germany took almost 15 hours. It took me 13 hours. Really? It took me 13 hours to go to Amsterdam. 14? That's actually crazy that it took that long, because I feel like it shouldn't have. Oh, drones had missiles? That's missiles? That's crazy. Oh. Well, before we go talk more in depth about index and everything, let's read more about it. So an index is a method to track the performance of a group of assets in a standardized way. Typically measure the performance of the basket of securities intended to replicate a certain area of the market. These could be constructed as a broad-based index that captures the entire market, such as all these, or more specialized, such as index that track a particular industry or segment, such as Russell 2000 index, which tracks only small cap stocks. So index measures the price performance of a basket of securities using a standardized metric and methodology. They are also often used as a benchmark to evaluate a investment's performance against. And so some of the most important indexes are S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average. So they're just a way to track performance. So they use maybe the S&P 500 and compare with a certain stock. Passive index investing has become a popular low-cost way to replicate the returns of popular indices, such as the S&P 500 index or Dow Jones Industrial Average. Benchmarking your investment strategy against the appropriate index is key to understanding a portfolio's performance. So they're also created to measure other financial or economic data, such as interest rate, inflation or manufacturing output, often serve as benchmarks against which to evaluate the performance of a portfolio's return. So with my portfolio, I can base it off of a certain index, and see how well I'm doing. Is that why I see a lot of positive and negatives on my result? Like, you know how if you... I'm gonna draw. So you know how if you purchase a stock and then they give you like the -2% or vice versa, plus 10%, blah blah blah? Is it because they're comparing their benchmarking to, like, let's say if I'm buying it from S&P 500, they're benchmarking it? So that's why I know how well my portfolio is doing. Morning. Thanks, Kuro. Yeah. So, one popular investment strategy is to try to replicate such an index in a passive manner rather than trying to outperform it. An index is an indicator or measure of something. In finance, it typically refers to a statistical measure of change in a securities market. In case of financial markets, stocks and bond market indexes consist of a hypothetical portfolio of securities representing a particular market or a segment of it. The S&P 500 index and the Bloomberg US Aggregate Bond Index are common benchmarks for the US stock and bond market. Reference to mortgages, it refers to a benchmark interest rate created by a third party. So each index has its own calculation methodology. In most cases, the relative change of an index is more important than the actual numeric value. Oh, this is also kind of important. I think people would base it off of a lot of the numerical value instead of the relative change. So then they're kind of like, you know, if something goes too bad, but then overall the change isn't that bad, it's not a big deal, right? So, for example, FTSE index is at 6,670.40. Is it dollars? So do I read index as dollars or is it just numeric? You need to do a better job of explaining this. But the number tells investors that index is nearly 7 times its base level of 1,000. However, to assess how the index has changed from the previous day, investors must look at the amount of index has fallen, often expressed as a percentage. So how are index explained as? You know what we should do is, whoever wrote this, we should write an email to James Chen and kind of be like, you need to write more. There's lots of questions for newbies like me. Because don't you think it's because it's a measure, but then we're doing it based off of financial stuff. So is it dollars? What is, I'm trying to... And then now they're talking about the index investment. So this is like actual index. 잠깐만. Like mutual fund indexed annuity are tied to a trading index. Yeah, so did I miss the part where what the measurement is? So it measures the performance. So it's score? I think they should say. So it's kind of like a grade then. Index in terms of school, I should think of it as a grade. So if I compared it to K-pop, do I think of it as, you know how, okay, maybe I shouldn't compare it like this, but you know how in M Count they have like my pen? I want to write. Hi Koa, how are you? So, in terms of K-pop, guys, can I think of it like this, where since index is a method of to track the performance of a group, so then it'd be like in K-pop where you know how they have like the Mnet, Music Bank, and you know how they get a score? They're like, you get 100. You get like a from all these counts, blah blah blah, you get like 90. And then you know how they can base off of that performance, because let's say I got first in Mnet, but then in Music Bank I suddenly got... Wait, but can a asset be on multiple index? Oh shoot, use my voice less. I could feel that I was putting it. First of all, I think we should email to James Chen, say, hey, say that it's unitless, because if this is for someone like me who doesn't know what index is, I would have completely thought it was $6,000 here when I was reading this. So, but, and then, yeah. So then how would you do index investing? Let's continue. Indexes are also often used as benchmarks against which is measure the performance of mutual funds and ETFs. For instance, many funds compare their returns to... So this is where ETF joins the party. So since we can't... That's why when you guys were saying something, you guys were saying something and I said, oh, so so if I want to actually invest in an index, then I would have to buy their ETF. Because these don't have any dollar value. Baskets of stocks. Inclusion is an index is per the rules of each. So yes, you can have one stock in more index. So index and ETF are correlated, right? Correlated? What the heck is that, Jinri? Most famous ETF? Yeah. So this is just checking on the performance, and then if I want to invest in a certain index, then I have to purchase their ETF. So I guess ETF is based off of index. So for instance, many mutual funds compare their return to their in their S&P 500 to give investors a sense of how much more or less the managers are earning on their money than they would make in an index fund. Indexing is a form of passive fund management. Instead of fund portfolio manager actively stock picking and market timing, that is choosing securities to invest in, and strategizing when to buy or sell them. The fund managers built a portfolio wherein the holding mirror the securities of a particular index. Mutual. Did I say mutual? Just don't mind me today. Some ETF bets against the index. How do you bet against the index? So if the index percentage increase, then my ETF decrease? Why would they make it that complex? So if I believe that group of Jinri stock So I have an ETF called Jinri Ayaya. It's Ayaya Index. The thing is Ayaya, okay? So if I basically say if my Ayaya, the level of my Ayaya, the amount, the level of my Ayaya Aegos, or like, you know, acting, voice changes, turning into Ayaya increase, then my ETF price goes down. I wouldn't call it ETF. This would be index. It'd be Ayaya Index, and then the stock ticker would be AYA, Aya. So then, if my so sad. So let's continue. Choosing securities to invest in. We talked about that. The idea is that by mimicking the portfolio of the index, the stock market as a whole, or a broad segment of it, the fund will match its performance as well. Since you cannot invest directly in an index, index funds are created to track their performance. So these funds incorporate stock securities that closely mimic those found in a index, thereby allowing an investor to bet on its performance for a fee. Oh, so I have to pay a fee to do this? So this is a famous one. I've heard about this one. So when putting together mutual funds and ETF, why did I say? Oh, you know what I was thinking of mutual? I was thinking the word brutal. Brutal, right? But then I realized they don't have a U. But then it, okay, that's just Jinri talking to myself. Fund sponsors attempt to create portfolios mirroring the component of a certain index. This allows an investor to buy a security likely to raise and fall in tandem with the stock market as a whole, or with a segment of the market. We just talked about the examples, and like mutual fund indexed annuities are tied to a trading index. However, rather than the fund sponsor trying to put together an investment portfolio likely to closely mimic the index in question, these securities feature a rate of return that follows a particular index, but typically have caps on the returns they provide. For example, if an investor buys an annuity indexed to the Dow Jones and it has a cap of 10%, its rate of return will be between 0 to 10%, depending on the annual changes to that index. Indexed annuities allow investors to buy securities that grow along with broad market segments or the total market. You know what I was thinking while reading this? Wait, what the heck is that? Sorry, I wasn't reading Jen. Negative correlation to the index sucks. Ayaya increase equals money decrease is so sad. It's why I don't invest in mutual funds or ETFs. You have far less customized control over your portfolio. Yeah, I've seen a couple of the ETFs, like the car one, and like they don't have anything. Like, maybe I shouldn't say they don't have anything, but like they have weird stuff. I think there was one for our automobile. There was one for like semiconductors or anything related to that field. And so I was like, I don't understand why they would do that. Oh. Like some of the companies I remember, because like one was like Neo, right? And then like the other one was like some random Chinese company that I've never heard of. And I was like, okay, well, like I kind of want to just purchase Neo, but like I'm too worried to buy all the stocks. So Wait, I like Index. Should I make a TikTok video where I talk about Index and compare it to Mnet and Music Bank? So what would be, in terms of that case, what would be the examples? How would you be trading? How would you be doing index investing? Because that would be so shady. But I liked the comparison between like... So I think also when I'm doing comparison with K-pop, I should think of it as... idol equals... company. Oh, one of my friends, other friend works at JYP, and they told me stories. I don't want to work there, man. Like, not like in-depth stories about the artist, but they say they can't go to sleep, which kind of makes sense because like, oh, that was like kind of off topic, but let's continue. Adjustable rate mortgage features interest rates that adjust over the life of the loan. The adjustable interest rate is determined by adding a margin to an index. One of the most popular indexes on which mortgages are based is the London Interbank Offer Rate. Oh wait, I think I've heard of this. LIBOR? L-I-B-O-R? So if a mortgage index to this has a 2% margin, what is margin here? And that's that the interest rate of the loan is 5%. Oh, so I would have to see the current rate of this LIBOR, and I would have to see what the mortgage rate. What? Yeah, they don't get sleep. Index trading would basically be taking the DJI or S&P top earners and then buying them individually or using spider shares or Investco. Oh, those are actual sites. Each music show comparison somehow... Music show comparison? Because music show don't show only a certain type of songs. That's true. I mean, as long as you get the overall idea though, right? It'll work. But anyways, what is the 2% margin here though? No, I don't think it's anywhere close because show me the money is more like ranking, right? But does all musicians, I guess when they release, they try to go to everything. Okay, well, we'll skip this one then. What is an index fund? It's the ETF that they're talking about. Different ways to construct an index. So I wonder if I can make my own index. You know what would be really cool is to create a stock or create a trading platform. But then it won't be... It'll be like Jinri's stock. So anything... So the assets would be like Ayaya. Right? Or... Study Stream. K-pop. And we can base... And then create a graph every day. And then you guys can purchase and sell, buy and sell my stock on my own platform with But I don't want currency involved, so maybe we can make points. Wow, and connect this point with Twitch. View time. But then the rate has to be something very small. Oh, that's a POI. But you're not buying. I thought for sorry. I thought for NFT, I thought you had to actually buy. So if I'm selling my piece of art back there, like you can only own one. Right? Like multiple people can own a picture together. I thought that was NFT. So it's like secure money where I'm saying, hey, I am selling this beautiful picture and I don't want people to take it. So I'm selling it on using NFT. So then you know, like who's going to buy this? People are going to do auction. So I feel like it's more like an auction program for NFT instead of like we buy it together. So because I think it's really fun with stream being a stock, because the viewership kind of gets all over the place. So it could actually be more like coin. Because the other day, like, there's a lot of factors that's included, but I think it would be a great way to start practicing stock trading. Because if we base it off of, oh, maybe I should do this. This sounds fun. And then if this goes well, maybe, you know, if streamers have consistent content. So if I use my friend Sora, she has dance, she has singing content, she has, what else? She has marbles. What else does she do? She has traveling. If we can base it off of viewership to create a graph, and then it'll change. If that person doesn't stream though, what would happen? It would be a plateau. But normally streamers don't have consistent content for. Yeah, and then since streamers upload their schedules, you'll know if the stock is going to go up. So then maybe they think that this cosplay stream will be doing such a great job, they'll buy more stocks. And maybe we could have it as view count, or sorry, watch time to 4 points, and you can trade with the points, basically say coin, whatever. And then for those who can't wait or watch that long but still want to participate, you can also purchase coins. So it's like family friendly investment. And the purchasing fee will take like 5% of the purchasing fee. 5% isn't that much for a fee of. And then we'll create one for every streamer. Then that'll be fun. Cause we can we get the live viewer count using Twitch API? 궁금해졌어. Oh really? Yeah, I could get 5%. 5% is always like the legit rule. I totally got off track. But anyways, so indexes, very important. Yeah, so bottom line, guys. Market indexes provide a broad representation of how markets are performing. These indexes serve as benchmark to gauge the movement and performance of the market segment. Investors also use indexes as a basis for portfolio, and it's amazing. So that was index for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But bottom line is that it's just a measurement. I think that's what makes it different from what I've understand. And if I wanna, you know, trade indexes, I would have to basically purchase ETFs. And I think you can't make indexes as an individual. You would have to be in like a company, right? So practice trading with virtual money. Wait, does this work? Oops. Does this work? Ooh. Wow, this is so sad. If you've invested $1,000 in Tesla 5 years ago, today the investment would be worth $13,000. Wow. Which one should we pick? Amazon 5 years ago. Oh, they have simulators. Hi, Mr. Pirate. You can make an index. Anybody can make an index. It's just a collection. Oh, I can make an index? Really? Should we make... Can I make one? How do you make one? Do I have to pay? Sorry, it's so cold. So are there indexes that people don't really use or stuff? I wanna see. What is this? Python list. Hey, don't give me Python. Wow. Whoa. Don't you guys ever want to try trading in a different country? Maybe that should be my next content for stocks language stream is stock stream. Stock trading. 어딨니? But this lists it by country, so I wonder if there's any other things. But since I do programming, they keep giving me programming stuff. Oh, Kospi 있다. Korean one. A stock index is a list of stocks and a weighing for each stock in an index. But like, how do you actually create? Like, I understand what an index is, but what is like the steps on creating one? And is it in an app where they say you can create an index and like you click on, is it like shopping where you click on different things and say, hey, I want to buy that? No, that's the information that I'm asking, instead of explaining to me vaguely saying, yeah, you can make it. Okay, guys, how? Give me every details, guys, on how to make an index. You could just do it like that? So if I just have a portfolio, that's called index? So index isn't like you're listing it somewhere. It's just for my own good. So like, I can't do this on an app though. Where I'll be like, hey, I want to make an index. And I'll be picking A, B, C. And then call this an index. I'll weigh each one of like the $500 that I'm... or the... not $500, sorry. Of like the weighing system that I want to have for each one. But then with the index that you created, can you create an ETF of it? It's... I think that's what they should tell you. Instead of... I mean, in-depth information is also great, but sometimes... it sucks that they don't tell you like the real information that people might need. Like, what if I want to create an index and make it into an ETF? Because what's the point of creating an index then? So if it's measuring like the performance, do you guys all have your own index then? Then why do people so individual people don't really need index though? That's what... So what's... I still don't know what's the point of making index though. Oh, okay. That might be better. Thanks. So it's just an indicator of the market. So a stock market is created by selecting stock that either represents the entire market or a specific sector of the market. And it's only got really hot, so I'm just gonna... The AC up there is just awful. Stock market index tracks the change. So okay, so I name our index. Okay, we'll follow this step then. This is Jinri. That's my index name. Select stocks that will represent our index. Which stocks should we pick? We'll pick Ayaya stock. That's the ticker. Aya. We'll pick K-pop. Let's say they actually have value, guys. And we'll also pick... Oh, we'll call our index E-girl. J E-girl, Jinri E-girl index, and then stocks that represent the index is Ayaya, K-pop, and
あ
then
ー
stocks that represent the index is Ayaya, K-pop,
あー
uh,
あー
uh, 02 02. And then determining the weighing of each individual stock. So I say maybe out of 100, I'm guessing. Would be like 40%. E-girl kind of worth is 40. Yeah, maybe we'll say 20. If I do 20 for other. Right. Oh wait, E-girl is the name, sorry. 20, 30, 02 is what? 5, 50. Selecting a base date. So when they're saying determine the weightage of each stock, it doesn't have to be out of 100. How do you weigh each stock in the index though? Oops. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, they have a real example? Okay. Yeah. What's the base date though? And then determining the base date market capitalization of the stock that represent the index. Determining the base date market capitalization. What is this? What? So many crazy stuff. Assign a score to this base date. What? What score am I assigning? And then tracking daily changes in market cap. What? Okay. So we start by assigning a name to our index. I'll just call my index FinMint Focus 5. Okay. Broad market index represents this different, so he picked these. Oh, they're actual companies. And then determining the weight of each individual stock. Equal weight to 05. So they just do 05? They don't really tell you what this base date is. Maybe this is the date they check it? And then determining the base date market capitalization of the stock that represents the index. Determining the base date capitalization. Okay, so base date closing price and market cap of the 5. So on the date, on this date, the closing price was all this, and then the market capitalization cap was this. So they got the total. Oh, assign a score. So the total was, yeah, this amount. We assigned a base date score of 100 to this value. So base date is like the date where you're checking. The date that I'm checking on my stock, and then on that date I will have to see the closing price and the market cap, and then I get the final market cap dollars. Oh, sorry, the total market cap, and then I compare it with the 100%, which we've decided on 3,96703. So let's say, since we did it on what, 2017 January 6th, we did it now of July. But I still don't know what the weightage part is. Since they were all equal, it's like, if they're equal, then why did they give it a 3 though? You know, here they were like, I will assign an equal weightage to all the 5 stocks. Ah, so this is all equal the same. But let's say if I like Tata Motors, like I know this is gonna succeed, maybe I'll give this like a 2 to 1 to 1 to 1. So whatever the closing price is, then I will double the market cap and add it to this, and then compare it. Aha! So it's just for my own good to see how well I did like 2 years ago. But then this can't be done on an app because you guys are saying it's much easier. It can be done in Excel. I don't think that's a good reason on saying why you can't do this. Because then I have to... Because wouldn't it be cool if they gave me a date alarm on a certain date and saying, hey, do this, instead of, oh shoot, I forgot I have to do this. And then tracking daily changes in market cap of the constitute stock with... Wow, my voice is so... Ah! Yeah. Sorry, my cough isn't getting any better. It's been really stressful because of this. You can hear it in my voice where I just go, like... It's swollen. I can feel that my throat, it's swollen and it's not getting any better, especially because I'm not taking a break from stream. So... it's so stressful. Yeah, I've seen a doctor and they gave me meds, but it doesn't help. I've checked the swollen part. I should... maybe... And I don't want to go there. It's kind of embarrassing. I mean, I shouldn't be embarrassed about it, but it's just kind of like... Is it helping at all? So I've just been... Maybe... Okay, guys, sorry. I'm gonna go get honey tea. Ah. Oh, this green tea bag is so interesting. Did you know that it opens in the middle? Oh. For some ETFs like those based on the S&P 500, the most profitable stocks will heavily weigh. Oh, okay, so why would a index need weighing system? Weightage. Why does an index need weightage? Weightage? Like, what good does it do if there's weightage? Because since index isn't purchasing, or it's not based off of price, is it just to show how well I'm doing with my stocks? But then if I purchase double the amount of it's so confusing. Why would you want your stocks to affect the index more though? Right. You think the stock has a general greater value towards whatever. Stock has a greater index geared towards. Why would you want to weigh? Not all stocks are equally profitable. But then index doesn't show profit. Oh, doesn't it? But then your index value percentage change will be better if you weigh one stock more. So that's why they do it? I just feel like it's a reference. It's kind of... The weighing part feels kind of useless. If you wanted to represent stocks issued rather than by issues. So basically I'm weighing the performance since let's say I have a group of chocolate. Let's say I have a bag full of different types of chocolate and I'm weighing on the diet chocolate more. So that being said, I put more diet chocolate because I want to lose weight, but I love chocolate. So that's the reason why I put more diet chocolate inside my bag full of chocolates. Is kind of this theme of why they're weighing each assets. If I think of my belly price, the change of weight, because what's easily done with, I think, index is, especially for me, I feel like I would compare or think of index as price, and it's really hard not to, since it's like it's so easy to just imagine it as, you know, like whatever they said it was 6,000 index value. You could easily calculate it that as you know, dollar sign currency. So that's why to show better performance, I guess, would be the reason why. But still don't know why you would need an index when you can just individually purchase. Is it just to save time then to purchase an index? But you're not purchasing an index. It's hard. It's hard to not think of it like that. So you can create an index for your own sake. How is that different from purchasing? But if I'm not purchasing the ETF that's based off of an index and I created my own index, how does that work? Does that work like anything? Does it work like that? Or for those, so is it common to say that, okay, that's probably what I've needed then. The self-created index is like usually useless then, since I didn't understand why you would create your own index. Right? Oh my god. You have profit. So, risk assessment. Yeah, that's why I was like, how would you know what stock will do better than the other? Like, which stock I should weigh more, so... Yeah. So maybe that's why people say it's safe to purchase, safe quote unquote, safe to purchase ETF, because they went through all the regulation and every blah 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 to go through whether or not it's worth it. So I didn't, so the question I had while reading this, guys, was I wasn't quite sure. First of all, maybe this articles didn't, maybe I couldn't understand this article well, but it just felt like index was could only be created by like companies. Because you can't, as we learned last time while studying ETF, individuals can't create ETFs because you have to go through all the regulations, blah blah blah. So when you came to index, I was like, you cannot create index yourself, but then you guys are telling me you can. So then that got all confusing, because it's like, why can't I create an ETF, or do I have to go through? How come index can be created without regulation, but then ETF requires regulation? But then I'm guessing because ETF relates to price and people can actually purchase them. But then if I'm creating an index, could my friends see my index? And would that even be helpful? I guess if you've done a lot of research and you know the market so well, then maybe, yeah. So maybe that's how people earn money. Like famous stock blah 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 make their own index and maybe they sell it on Patreon, saying, hey, you trust my information, you could look into my index. No? Oh, is that a disclaimer? Okay. Weighing depends on your trading strategy. But whatever I'm doing on Patreon is my own piece of work. No? I feel like this influencer concept is just so complicated because I could influence you guys into purchasing, but then why would the law say something about it? Because I'm also just a human being. Like, like that house. Yeah. Because how many of you guys are in a Discord channel or follow one of those SNS thingy that gives you guys stock tips? Even who's following the stock guy on Twitch? If you had the inside information, yeah. You know, and that's the thing I'm thinking is that he can probably influence you guys. Even if you guys are like, I don't trust him, or like, I can make my own decisions. Like, highly doubt you're still being somewhat manipulated by his words, saying if he's kind of seeing, or, you know, so then that's also considered a tip though, right? So that would be something dangerous and that like you can't do much about it. So it's a very, I think they should just make a rule that they shouldn't do anything related to this because it's such a gray area. Like, even if you put a disclaimer, I feel like so when I first started Stockstream, I promised myself I would never trade because of how much it could influence people. So anyways, let's continue. We learned a lot about index. For next week, I'll pick what I want to learn. So we have Biden is canceling up to 10K in student loans. Wait, so he's not giving student loans? Inflation Reduction Act, real climate impact is a decade away. Oh, what is Real Climate Act? And then the laid off workers. I feel like right now is such a bad time to find jobs. Oh, Mark has antitrust lawsuit? Why? I thought Peloton last time stopped selling equipment. Pavel Opa's dilemma. 3-day losing streak. Who's not looking at stock market these days? Maybe this would be a fun one to do. By the way, give big shout out to Jolly who's been uploading news for me. So we could do this. Emerging markets burn through currency reserves as crisis risks grow. Also, remind me to wake up early so I still have to read my news. Damn it! F you, Jinri, wake up early. Wow, now it costs $300,000 to raise a child? Oh my god, you guys, it's such a fun. Dude, did anyone take a picture of the oil price, cars, phones? Don't worry, don't forget we're doing the. I'm trying to feel the BP increase, so don't forget to upload that on. Update that on whatchamacallit? Discord. Yeah, you, Mark. You're in a dilemma. So like I said last week, or since I've done the weekly performance, it seems like other than energy, it's looking like a beautiful red, bloody red. So that's why my background is very red. It is super red. Except for energy. And this is very interesting criteria, but I guess this will be. I would like to have a special energy sector talk debate question, but see, John, that's what I did, but the thing is, I keep forgetting to check every day. Did you know Koreans make a lot of memes on stock trading, and there's a meme for girls. It's called Amolang trading. They just purchase and say Amolang, I don't know. And then there's another method called 사고 까먹기, buy and forget method. So you buy and you forget about your method. Yes. And then you see it next in. That's why they say girls are good at trading, because they buy it and they're not like. Of course, there are girls who are interested in trading, but most cases, they just kind of forget about it. But they check it later and they're like, "Holy shizzle!" Versus guys who are like, you know, they probably talk about stocks with other guys, right? And say, hey, like, did you jump in that like Tesla the other day? Blah blah blah, right? But like then they get all like antsy up if you see a little bit of price change, and then so they sell it, but then it was just kind of like a rebound to go up, and you're just like, oh my god. So yeah, but like that's why people say girls are like better at trading, since you know. Since when you're buying shoes or clothes or any type of bags, the amount of details that they like search for, I guess it's kind of like guys when they buy PCs too. I bet you guys really look deep down into what kind of things you're looking for. So so let's talk about Biden canceling up to 10K in student loans, 20K for Pell Grant recipients. So they're canceling. Let's just do this screen. There's a reason, Jinri, you bought a nice computer, a nice PC camera. Use it well, use it wisely. Dude, the other day at the fair, this guy said I had a nice voice. I really like that. He complimented me. I was very happy. He's like, you have a nice voice. And I was like, thank you. It was kind of funny. Guys, by the way, I hated learning Blackpink's new dance. It was very disgusting. So, before jumping, ahead of yourself. Let's read about it so that I can understand why it's total BS. Oops. Does that sound good? So Biden is canceling up to 10K in student loans, 20K in Pell Grant recipients. So when they're saying canceling up, I'm guessing they're saying no. Maybe. We'll have to read. Okay, Wednesday, Biden announced a sweeping effort to forgive up to 20K of federal student loan debt for Pell Grant recipients and up to 10K for other qualifying borrowers. Biden also extended the federal student loan payment pause. So they're saying, hey, those who have federal student loan, sucks to be you, we won't give you money. So for those who earned, okay, well, I'll keep reading. And in keeping with my campaign promise, my administration is announcing a plan to give working and middle-class families breathing room as they prepare to resume federal student loan payments. So today we're driving targeted relief that will help ensure borrowers are not placed in a worse position financially because of the pandemic and restore trust in a system that should be created opportunity, not a debt trap. To qualify for the 10K forgiveness, individual borrowers must earn less than... What? So he's giving out the money. Okay, so to qualify, individual borrowers must earn less than 125,000 a year, less than 250,000 a year for a couple. For couples, sorry. To qualify for the 20,000 forgiveness. Oh, they call it forgiveness, saying you were giving out the money. Oh, borrowers must meet those income requirements and must have received a Pell Grant in college. Ooh. Why is it... canceling up to is taking... Gosh, English is so hard. When I was reading this, I was like, wait, so Biden is canceling... I didn't see the 10K. So he was giving out student loans or money for those who have student loans, and then he's canceling them now? And they made it to news? And he's happy about it? So he's doing this. What is the federal student loan payment pause? So maybe giving... So till December 31st, students who have loan don't have to rush to pay. Like, we'll put a pause on yours till December 31st and you guys have to start paying up since next year. That's nice. So how much do people have loans? No political insults, please. Not allowed in my chat. You can give your opinion, but in a mannered way. That's also inflationary. Instead of these graduates paying back their student loans, yeah, what if you get the 10K? Wait, but they don't give you the 10K. Don't they just pay the loan? The 10K goes back to him after a few months? Wait, so let's understand this. How he's paying. You guys keep fighting. I'll keep reading. But no insult saying Biden is dumb, Trump is an a-hole, okay? They're a human being. How would it make you feel if someone said that to you? So don't do that. Why is all of a sudden hooker? Okay, you guys can fight smartly. You guys can debate but not fight or insult. Promise me, okay? So here's what you need to know about Biden's plan. So he's canceling up to these type of numbers, but he's not being... So how is he doing this cancellation? Let's read a little bit more. Estimates that among borrowers who are no longer in school, nearly 90% of relief dollars will go to those earning less than $75,000 a year. Among borrowers who are no longer in school, nearly 90% of relief will go to those earnings. What does that mean? About 43 million borrowers will benefit, and then 20 million will have their debt completely cancelled. Wow, so that's actually a lot of money being given. If it's 60%. Wait, 43 million benefit. So even 43 million times, even if they're getting the 10K, how much is that? That's 6 zeros. Million is 6 zeros. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more zeros, right? So is my calculation correct? With this one? So... million is 6 zeros. And then... wow, 이거야? What is this? Is this trillion? Billion? Billion, 9 zeros. 430 billion is being spent on student loans. Or 43 billion plus alpha. Oh. Because we have the Pell Grant people. So according to White House, Parent Plus loan will also qualify for cancellation under the new policy. In order to benefit through, most borrowers will have to submit an application to verify their income. Should we do a debate? Guys, hey, don't fight now. Let's fight soon. Let's do debate. How about that? Then you guys can fight there. But I have to read before I do this. In order to benefit though, most borrowers will have to submit an application to verify their income. The Education Department said nearly 8 million borrowers already have income information on file and should qualify for their debt cancelled automatically. So some borrowers are celebrating, some other for more. Wow, other for more? US colleges. But actually, I think it shouldn't be a bad idea to go to community college. Like, I think some of the colleges are a little too overrated. Like the schools in Cali. I feel like my brother could have qualified for Stanford. He was an international student, but but I think to myself, I think if he went there, I don't think we would have had the money. I would have, yeah, I think I would have quit playing harp. So yeah, I guess there are like that type of pride when it makes it feel better. Yeah, that's true. I think first of all, yeah, to see so many people slack off of school. Continue, guys, stop. We're not gonna take 1 hour per article. I'm such a slow reader. Anyways, many borrowers celebrating. Expects to have her 5,000 in student loan. Wait, so if it's 5,000, she's just getting 5,000. She's not getting 10,000, is she? How come? This is interesting. So Elizabeth Warren highlighted the ways Biden plan could help address racial inequalities because Black Americans borrow more money to go to school. Why do they borrow more money to go to school? Borrow more money in school and have a harder time paying their debt off after school. Will help narrow the racial wealth gap. Isn't saying this racist? The moment they earn their bachelor's degree, Black college graduates own $7,400 more on average than their white peers. Differences in interest. I feel like there's lots of factors to just compare just by race though here. So hold nearly 53,000 in student loan debt 4 years after graduation, almost twice as much as their white counter. Oh wow, twice as much. But do banks really say, hey, because you're white, I'll give you 50% discount? Is that how banks go? Because these type of, this is actually a huge also debate in Korea right now. Since they're saying, hey, I'm back. Sorry, I'm coughing crazy. I wanna talk. Actually, I know you guys say this can be very controversial concept, but this is also somewhat of an issue if I want to compare to. I've been reading more Korean news than US news, so I don't know what's going in US, but one of the big issue in Korea is that they're saying, hey, government is saying, hey, give more opportunity to female in terms of job position, because they're getting the they're getting, apparently there's gender issue when applying to jobs. So they've actually said, hey, we are going to now hire up to 50% more girls in for like police, so that it's equal. And oh, you guys don't see what I'm writing. Okay, well, like, 50%. Like, hey, you know what, we want to give more jobs opportunity for females, since they feel like they are not getting the right treatment when it is applying to jobs for that. So that's been a huge issue, because some of the factors, some of the tests that they did, they made it a little bit easier for female participants, or the trainees, whatever they're called. And for example, one of them would be like, you could use your knees when you're doing push-ups. And because of that, a lot of people actually, there's been a couple of cases where people ended up, having issues. Like, there was a female police who was with the mom and the daughter, and it was with mom and daughter, but then because they felt unsafe, but then the next door neighbor, who was apparently a killer, suddenly barged into the room with a knife and started stabbing mom and daughter. But the female police ended up just running away. So that's been a huge controversial issue in Korea. So they're actually saying, actually giving them an extra opportunity to be hiring more, is that really making it equal? Because it's just giving females a better opportunity. Then I feel like I can't succeed in this if I don't have that opportunity, making me feel worse. So yeah, I just feel like it's, maybe data is true saying American obviously has to borrow more money to go to school, but if they're not treating the opposite, like as a Black American, or even for Asians, I feel like, I feel like I'm saying, guys, don't worry. Even though data supports, we're already kind of treating them like, you guys don't have money, we'll give you guys more opportunity, kind of way. So but we're all the same human being. Like, I feel like Black Americans, Asian Americans, like white people, other people are just equal. So that's why I don't like them saying, oh, a certain race has less money, so we're giving them more. That's that's not nice to say, I feel like. Because what if they're actually, what if Black people are wealthy, and but it'll give them the image of saying, like, even if you're wealthy, you're still Black, maybe you don't get as much money. So so by saying that, I think isn't it may be like kind of making another bias. And I know it might have to do with history, but it's just that, like, historical, it's like we have to somewhat move on. There's a reason why we study history, is like not to make the same mistake. But if we're still having that image, so yeah, okay. I just feel like they shouldn't have added this, like, specific sectors saying that, because this is helping address racial inequalities, because Black people have to borrow more money since they're more, they have more time paying off the debt. It's like, why? Just say everyone has dead, even if you're black. It's like, it's kind of unnecessary information saying this. I don't know, maybe this will help with their political... Yeah, I just feel like, why do you have to specifically address black people? Then we have naturally instinct, or we naturally make a... Well, I can't speak English right now, but I'm like, my English is broken, but we're like putting on glasses, like saying, hey, oh yeah, of course black Americans need more money. You know. So the thing is, it's something that we don't really need, and it's not... There's also like white people who's poor. I mean, it's just, I feel like unnecessary information that I'm reading off, saying what does it first of all really help address racial inequalities? So anyways, sometimes it also yeah, I just don't know, maybe yeah, I don't know. It's very controversial, and I feel like you guys also are true that, you know, Jinri, it's a good statistic, and I think it's you know, I could see it's, you know, like a true statement, but I wanna I just feel like for those who are, you know, stupid or uneducational, will end up kind of making bad saying by reading this. Well, I mean, they wouldn't even read this though. True. Right? So what? They should include it so people are aware of the inequality? But why does this... Oh, but there's lots of factors. It's really hard. Racism is very hard. There's not just racism in one ethnicity though. There's yeah, different, I think, racism, and that's why I always feel like as a Asian, people don't address the racism going on for Asian people because they already think that we're wealthy. But are we? Do everyone work at Google? Do all Asians work at Google? Do Asians work at like, you know, what else, like Amazon? Do all Asians have startups? I think there is also, of course there's like the percentage difference, but I think my argument is kind of all over the place. But I just feel like if we're just talking about student loans, I feel like we should just stick with student loans. At least in this article. I'm not talking about you guys, but just in this article, I just feel like, you know, let's just stick with student loans. It's not just black people, it's also other people who are having issues. And does actually giving this money out help with, you know, racial inequality? Of course you're giving more money to black people who's having a hard time paying their debt off, but then I feel like they should have been more specific on the percentage if they're going to base it off of a data, saying of the 43 million people of the borrowers, like 50% of the people were like, you know, the recipients. Then I don't know. Yeah. So yeah. Oh. is there a mid? Oh, really? There are many discussions about on podcast about what? That's just a game. Yeah, I guess that's just the realistic issue when it comes to politics, right? Because you have to get people to vote for you. So one side is going to use one factor that they know it's going to be so much positive for you guys, and then the other side is going to say something, you know, that's going to benefit them. So it's just, you know, like a huge fight against, hey, we're doing society better than the other party, so vote for me. And so it's really unfortunate, and that's why when it comes to voting, I really feel very uncomfortable, since you don't know what is true among what they're saying. But in my opinion, races shouldn't be a factor. It should be worked out on the student. Yeah. So anyways, I just this kind of paragraph irritated me. I don't know, I'm not irritated, but I just didn't like this type of paragraph, because I knew that they're just using it for politics. They should just, you know, just give money to students, as long as they don't buy drugs, right? So. Anyway, some higher debt borrowers were left disappointed. Really? It's hard to be excited about. She's a black borrower who owes almost 60,000. Wow, I wouldn't give it back, but it's hard to be excited about. What? Why is it hard? This is a slap in the face to those who never went to college, as well as borrowers who upheld their responsibility to taxpayers and paid back their loans. But this is also another big factor, man. It's like, how are you going to decide if they never went to college because they didn't try hard versus 야, 이것도 진짜. But yeah, I guess for the borrowers who paid, well, it's so hard. So can you guys give me money too? I have student loans. Just kidding. I ended up paying all my student loans too. I actually didn't have student loans because the college fee for my school wasn't that expensive. And I got a scholarship through HARP. So I can't really relate to this, but maybe I don't have a nice heart like some of you guys who feel very grateful, because for me too, it's like, yeah, well, like I did such a great job off of college, but now I barely earn. So can you help me too? Yeah, I don't have a nice heart. I'm sorry, guys. Your streamer is very mean. I have an evil heart. I like money too. I mean, I was lucky to get the scholarship though. But yeah. Which is it's nice. It's nice that you guys are feeling, whoever paid off, you know, who's okay with it. So but at the same time, those who even paid off student loan might live worse than worse than a lot of these people. Really? I don't think so, John. Really? Maybe they're rich. Or maybe it really depends on the district, though, where you're living. But anyways, let's continue. Sorry, we're taking so long here. I mean, New York's also a different case. This is why America sucks. One person lives in New York, one person lives in Wisconsin. We're gonna say different things, because honestly, maybe New York, yeah, we'll have to room it up because the rent is like, what? Twice as much as how much you'd be living. So like, if I'm living in like a studio for that price, I could live in Wisconsin for a 1-bedroom. I'm not a day trader. I don't trade consistently, but I like to, you know, talk about these stuff. I like talking about debates and seeing chat fight respectfully. Depends on where in... Yeah. Like where Mark is living, it's not that bad. He's rich, guys. You guys can mooch off of him. If you guys ever visit New York, call him and say, "Hey Mark, I need a place to hid." He has a streaming room too. You're rich in, you know, you're rich with love, right? Sorry, I'm gonna continue, but yeah, sorry, it's taking so long. Higher education experts also oppose the move, arguing this never went to college is to me a kind of I mean, okay, well, like, imagine those kids. Everyone should get opportunity to go to college, but if they don't feel like they need to go to college, then it's not necessary. But this argument is kind of but as a borrower or who never had to borrow money, like for me, I got scholarship through HARP, but did it pay for all the HARP purchasing of HARP and like HARP lessons? No. So music is another industry that's kind of shady. Like why can't you give me money for HARP too, man? HARP is expensive. I'm very savage, guys. Sorry if that makes you guys feel bad. I'm sorry to my chat, but I'll be realistic. Life is rough. Of course, there's people worse than me, so I shouldn't complain about it, but it's hard to make money in general. So in May analysis, Comedia for the Responsible Fed estimated a policy like the one Biden announced would cost at least $230 billion and warned that even income limits would do almost nothing. Can a president even do this without the support of Congress? This question has been at the heart of debt cancellation debate. Really? Any move that essentially requires the government to spend money generally has to go through Congress, right? Well, I guess Biden administration pushing its legal reasoning is a na. Also, he can actually go through without going through Congress. Oh. Because of a financial harm caused by COVID-19. Honestly, I feel like when I was doing job searching, I feel like everyone can totally forgot what I was talking about. Okay. So in terms of job searching, I feel like if you... So here was a lot So okay, I'm going to have to like rethink about what I want to say, but when I was talking to a lot of my colleagues and undergraduates, I've done a lot of mentorship. I don't know why they keep asking me. They're like, "Oh, Nuna, can you help me? Like, can you like help me with my future life?" I'm like, dude, I'm just a streamer. But it's, of all my friends, I'm the one who's kind of doing more like a entrepreneur. Like, I guess this is kind of like entrepreneur-y kind of. I'm putting a quotation mark, but and they would come to me for advice. Don't ask me why. I'm not a good advice giver, but. And everyone, their standards are so high when it comes to getting a job. And I feel like that's a lot of the cases with just people in general, is that of course you want to make a lot of money after college because, dude, we're at a 50K student loan. Like, who doesn't want to earn money? Like, I have to pay off the student loans, but what are the chances for you to get into like those big, you know, the really famous like Facebook, Amazon, Apple, what is it? And what's next? Not next. Netflix, Google, blah blah blah. Like, what are the chances, honestly? And what are the chances if you're doing even an entrepreneur or a startup company to make it very successful? It's not that high. So even for me, I was like in the same boat. I was like, okay, I basically graduated off of, you know, like if you check my specs, I graduated from college. I've also got a master's degree. I worked at a big company, small company, middle company. I've also worked internationally. I have like 2 certificates in, one is 5 Sigma, which is like some industrial engineering thing. I've also got a certificate in entrepreneurship, some like product design, blah, blah, blah. I also got a double major in music. So, you know, I'm also very diverse and I could use my brain on both sides, blah, blah, blah. You know, my master is also in data analytics. Why don't I fit for Google? I do talking. I'm talking on Twitch. I'm doing all these like smart stuff, blah, blah, blah. You know, but so honestly, if I go back to US and say, you know what, streaming honestly doesn't make me enough money that I want to get, I would get a job. But at this age, would I aim for those like big companies again? Highly doubt it. Highly doubt. I'll just probably, you know, go to somewhere local, like do good, you know, and then maybe still continue with my streaming business because I really like talking to you guys. But what I realized for those who just graduated from college is that they're really, really eager to get into the big companies, earn 50K, live in like a rooftop, you know, like a penthouse in downtown New York. But it's like, hey, like, when you're at my age, and I know you guys are older than me, so I can't really say this, but, you know, like, reality is different, right? So, I just feel like for those college students who are really debating on whether or not if you could make it, of course you could try. I'm not saying don't try because you suck. Of course you should try, but if it doesn't work, don't slack off and say, hey, I'm a loser, or hey, like, these companies don't hire me, I'll just wait until next like season to get into the company. You can also transfer, and that's what a lot of my friends did, is like go to, you know, companies nearby, and then they'll get like, you know, get some experience. Because the reason why the big companies highly don't hire you is if they don't feel like you have like the experience that's needed, then they don't want to, you know, gamble of hiring you. And I think that's what I felt when they were trying to hire me, because what really felt different when I graduated from, or when I was looking for an internship during my graduate degree, is, first of all, I was streaming, so the way that I could talk in front of people was much better, since I'm basically always streaming and knowing how to say. And I also look at myself to see what kind of face that I give to give, like, you know, trust to you guys, basically, right? Because I can't just be like, guys, buy stock B because it's cool. You know, it doesn't give you the the trust in my voice or my facial expression, or it doesn't give you the it doesn't give you the you know, like the enthusiasm that you see. So I worked hard and I was very confident. But you know, looking back, I've knocked on the door for all these different companies, and you kind of realize, damn, I really sucked at self-presenting. But this is something that you can never study, and it's something that you always have to try and fail. So it's kind of side lesson for those who are still in college. Don't feel bad about not getting into, you know, like Google and stuff. There's a lot of people who like are in Google and stuff and they get so depressed. Like I also worked in like a semi-big company and I got really mad. Like you could see the first half of my stream when I was streaming while working there, it was like me complaining of my manager to like how stupid he was and getting so furious on how he hated my work. So if you guys want to ask a couple of my OGs about like the working experience, it'll be fun. They can give you like, they'll be saying there's too many. Jinri talked about so many like situations that I can't remember anything. So what was my hardest interview question? What was the hardest moment of your life? Wait, was it? And how did you overcome it? And I said when my dad passed away. But then I was like, at one point I was like, shoot, did that question just make it so depressing? But like, it is true, my dad passed away and it was like first time getting an F my whole life. But I got an F in this one class, which also there's a lot of things that was behind it, but I honestly said, you know, I got an F in this one class and I kind of overcame it because I took a different class and I started working hard. But it was so depressing when I mentioned that because I think he was expecting some type of like working experience, saying, you know, I encountered this manager and blah blah blah. It was like, my dad passed away like a year ago or like 6 months ago, so I took this class, but it was really hard for me to blah blah blah. I didn't get the job. So, but yeah, confidence is, I never understood when you know, you go to those like most important tips when you're getting you know, you're in an interview. They always say you need confidence. I was like, what the heck? I'm like giving you a grip, you know, like a strong handshake, and I'm looking to you in the eyes. I'm like, hi. It's not that kind of confidence. It's like saying, hey, you know what? You could hire me, or you don't have to hire me, whatever, but you'd kind of regret if you don't, because I can basically do a lot of things. That's kind of the attitude you're supposed to give. But then at that time, that's a fine line of being an a-hole, being like, hey, I can do this. Wanna hire me? Instead, like, don't do that. But you just have to, you have to seem a little desperate, but not too much. Yeah. Yeah, I know there isn't a right or wrong answer, but like the mood wasn't really good. So, sorry, I wasn't reading any of you guys. What did you think your chances of being a professional harpist was? 0, because I only liked orchestra, but I hated practicing. And I had a stage fright. So, actually, stream helped me a lot with that. Where do I live now? I'm living in Korea. Twitch is your only source of income? Yeah, it's my only source of income. So you guys should probably sub and donate. There's always the option to try again with bigger companies when you have some experience and a proven track record to make you stand out compared to the field of fresh. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, when I apply, I'll definitely do apply to those big companies, but you're Korean American, but you live in Korea? Yeah, because long story short, I got really sick of working in my old company. I was just an intern, but it just made me, I kind of got very sick of, okay, honestly, I thought I could do well with streaming business because I really had fun. Like, I don't know for those who are my OGs who stayed with me for a while, but you know, like, I was basically making a company by myself with the help of you guys, and I was like programming an app at the time, and I was like, you know, I think I could do this, and I like my idea is definitely standing out, so I should really look into doing this. But so I moved to Korea because just wanted to try being in a different location, and I had a lot of friends in Korea, like the Korean streamers that I wanted to meet. And being in US means I have to be with my mom, since like I said, I don't have a source of income other than you guys. So I just am living with my boyfriend right now. I'm kind of mooching off of him, but it was a great way for me to kind of step away from my parents and be a adult. Like, I'm 29. I need to, at least my brother got a chance to live alone by himself, but I only got to live alone for like 1 or 2 years, so I wanted to kind of live alone. So it was a great excuse for me to say, hey, I want to try some different opportunities in Korea, but yeah. Sometimes you just have to apply to the company again because it depends on who your interviewer at. Yeah, dude, I had this like a-hole interviewers. Like, some of these people don't want to hire someone. I'm like, why are you here? Like, if you don't want to hire someone, just like ask someone else to do it. Oh, yeah. A couple of the programmers are so... They're very somewhat anti. Oh, Dato! Did me talking about like saying I have no way of income make you sad? Thank you for 20 gift sub. Thank you, 감사합니다. Yay! No, we're still on the first article, Josh. Don't worry. So, yeah. So, anyways, like step away from this article, but yeah, this was student debt. So for those who are interested in student debts, who have who still had debt with this type of condition, feel free to apply to the canceling up your debt. But I feel like this definitely would cause a lot of controversial issue, but let's just look at it like on the bright side. Don't look at it too far in the future, and you know, he's doing something nice. as long as they don't use, students won't abuse the money that they're getting, like buying, you know, spending money on Jinri TV would be the only exception on spending the 10k. Other than that. So anyways, let's continue. Sorry, we're taking a very long time of reading this. I like to go casually and like dive more in depth. We're getting there. Okay, I'll be waiting for your 10k donation soon. Honestly, yeah. Like when the this is why, like, but I think this really depends on personality. For me, I have a personality where if I see any waste, I am... So my major is industrial engineering, and for those who don't know industrial engineering, the point of my major is to be very, very, like, we're doing efficiency. Every year, the word efficiency came out. Every semester, efficiency came out, the word. And if I don't see anything that's not efficient, then I get so stressed out because I'm that type of person. For instance, if a streamer is late, I get so mad because I'm like, first of all, I made a promise to my chat. Second of all, that's the amount of time that I'm wasting on not streaming for you guys, which might even equal to donation. You know, I'm sorry, I'm being very nitpicky on every little details, but you know, I'm just kind of like so I kind of understand the same thing about, okay, government, if you're gonna give out that much money to those people, you have to track where they're spending, because what if they buy weed or illegal stuff with that money? Like, that is not acceptable. But sometimes you just have to let it go. Yeah, honestly, during inflation, giving out money was kind of but Hopefully. But my question is that, like, for those who have, let's say, $5,000 left, what's gonna happen to the other 5,000? Is it going to go to her, or are they gonna take it back? Oh yeah, we're talking about this now. Yeah, but whenever I feel like the mom, you know how when your son, I just feel like the whole world is like moms. When the president or the government is like spending my money, then you're like, okay, honey, did you make the right decision? Did you look into every detail when you're going to use that money? Did you see all the possible outcome? I feel like the Asian mom that's like, did you do this? That's what I have to like. Anyways, let's move on. So Inflation Reduction Act's real climate impact is a decade away. So who can feel the global warming going on right now in your body? Like, oh my god, it's been maybe hotter than normal, it's been colder than normal, blah blah blah. You 100% trust your tax money? Do you 100% trust your donation money to me? You guys don't trust your money. Like 0.1% goes to Lost Ark, guys. Just kidding, I only spent 200. It's addicting. I can buy weed? Dude, spend some money and then I'll buy weed. Anyways, it's called Inflation Reduction Act, but President Biden and the law's other supporters treat it as the Emissions Reduction Act. The law, which Mr. Biden signed last week, is supposed to leave climate warming greenhouse gas around 40% lower by 2030 from 2005 levels, mainly through subsidies that shift utilities and households to renewable electricity and electric vehicle. It's called climate change now as the Earth temperature has been consistent. Oh, isn't it good that if the Earth's temperature has been consistent, then what is climate change then? Hold off on the weed. Okay, just wait until. Okay, I can't say. Dude, we're late. You're late to the Biden talk, man. That was like an hour ago. So, that is symbolically important since it moves the US closer to its international commitment, but it's not the billing more. I can't read English right now. Can someone read this for me? It's not the billing's most significant impact. After all, US was already on track to reduce emission. Incremental reduction in emissions from the IRA is 6% to 10%. Or 15% according to Princeton, translate to roughly 1% to 3% of expected global emission in 2030. So, not enough to move the needle on the temperature. So they're saying 3%, 1 to 3% isn't that much, guys. So I guess they are working on global warming issue well. Where the bill could truly be truly consequential is in planting the consequential is in planting the seeds for technology adoption that drives emission lower beyond 2030. Recent history shows that climate policies such as taxes, subsidies, and mandates matter most by catalyzing a virtuous cycle of higher demand that leads to more innovation, learning by doing, and economies of scales that lower cost and future boost demands. Their solar panels results have been spectacular. Really? I thought solar power... Oh, really? So, cost of the photovoltaic module made from crystalline silicon. That is so confusing. That is a very interesting thing. Well, 96%. Nice. And then attributed roughly 30% point of this to public and private research and development. Advances were spurred by the promise of demand that government incentives made possible. So, for example, generous German payments for solar power spurred China's massive investment in voltaic factory capacity. What is photovoltaic? Ooh, I've never heard of this. It's saying it's only a start. Not yet. Consequential. China and India will continue to increase emissions, so consequential. Solar panels. So solar panels are made from voltaic. So what can you do with coal factory using coals though? How can you change that to using energy, more energy? But I thought using energy also had some climate issues, no? And can I go to the bathroom? I just realized I have to go bathroom. I'll be back. Try it. 페퍼야.
잘 맞았는데. 진짜 잘 맞았는데. 손맛 좋았다. 아, 손맛 많이 느끼고 너무 좋구요.
내가 이래서 카카오 싫어해.
예.
카카오 주식 사나 봐.
카카오 사.
I'll never buy cacao.
I love 카카오.
오!
승리의 여신이 함께합니다.
뭐 하는 거야?
여신 기운 잔뜩 받았구요. 아니 이거 인식을 못해. 이게 좀 그런 게 있어요. 우드리 what? Go 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 go! Oh my god, 오비.
오! What the fudge? What happened? 아! 나 진짜 시커면서 I hate programming. It is bugged. You guys can teach me using this paint app. 그래, it should be this. 겁나 웃기네. What new way of teaching? Content? Okay, Christmas over. Guys, enjoy Merry Christmas! Cause you guys don't get to see this on Christmas. GG guys. I'm tired. Okay, I saved. Shoot, did I get caught playing games? Hi guys, I'm back. Where were we? Photovoltaic. Production takes longer to double and so costs fall more slowly. How come production doubling is related to cost? Solar power, for instance, PV module factories are now so large and manufacturing process so efficient that incremental improvements are much harder to come by. Costs should continue to edge lower for both. Wind farms could migrate from onshore to offshore and from fixed to floating bases, exploding greater size and more reliable wind. Oh look! University of Wisconsin! Dude, we are expert on energy systems. Things also, installation could become much more efficient, as has already happened in Australia. Really? So how come installation might also have a factor? Also predicted the current shortage of key minerals such as lithium will erase a investment in new supply ramps up as new investment. So why would you need lithium to do solar, to install solar panels? I think solar panel would be something interesting to look into in terms of like installing and what other negative factors it has. Because this is just also great news saying, hey, like, you know, we're doing great. Oh, but how much cost it will be for reducing global warming? So has the recent technology really helped in reducing Inflation Reduction Act's real climate impact? The IRA's greater potential lies in replicating the experience of solar in other technologies that are currently too costly for widespread adoption. Emission reduction in the coming decade are the low-hanging fruit achievable with technologies that are already competitive or nearly so with fossil fuels. The biggest wins, the biggest price changes, and the greatest induced innovation will be in the technologies that are younger than solar, wind, and batteries. Ah. How do you power solar panels? You use batteries? Do you charge the batteries? Oh wait, there's more. People, I don't understand. So is he saying, wait, first of all, what is this Inflation Reduction Act? What is this? Oh, it's Wikipedia. I can't read Wikipedia. Oh my god. Oh, one page. Oh, great. So let's see. So reduce carbon emissions by roughly 40% by 2030. So in 8 years, they would need to reduce the climate. And they're saying that because the price for solar panels have decreased. The solar panels would charge batteries so the power can be regulated? Oh. So I don't understand solar panels. You have a panel. You get sun. The solar panel takes the sunlight and saves it. And the battery? It's a name that has nothing to do with the Inflation Reduction. Oh yeah, I just had to look it up to see like what it did say though, right? And it's probably they're making an emphasis on the reducing carbon emission by roughly 40%. So. You two are saying exactly different things. So sunlight, how is it the panel connected to my house? Wait, so let's say what if I'm using it? So it is being stored in lithium batteries. I thought you sell the energy in the solar panel though, no? And how good is the current solar panel? Wait, what question did I just ask you guys? How do you guys know so much about solar panels? Do you guys actually look it up? Wait, Josh, what question did I just ask you that you said no? Photon hit the cell and its chemical reaction releases electricity. In your home, the energy from solar panel is solid to the grid. If it's power a factory, it will need to be stored and used. Ah! So if I'm using it for my house to power up maybe this like beautiful light that shines in my face, right? Then I would need to... I can use it directly. Like solar panel, I can plug it to my computer. And then... But if there's no sun, then my computer can't be loaded. As a generator, okay. In some places, you do sell the excess power generated back into the grid. So if you come to Korea, guys, don't give me that face, Scyther. But if you visit Korea, here's the interesting about if you fly over Incheon because you're landing on Incheon Airport, there are solar panels, like dozens, like couple dozens of solar panels just lined up. And so what I thought was they're getting the solar panel, but I was always confused if they had lithium. So each solar panel contains lithium battery and they would charge it and take the lithium battery and sell it to places. Does that make sense? The solar panel would be connected to the grid. What the hell is the grid? You basically get cost reimbursed in your bill. It's my grid. What is the grid? Like the grid? Power line. Where's the power? Where's the grid at my house? The electric thingy. So apartments is really hard to have solar panels. 6 panel, 1 battery? Let's learn about solar panels, guys. So this is solar panel. Should we try installing solar panel in my house in US? Hi. It's so stressful. There's a sorry, so solar panels. I'm so sorry, chat. I really got carried away because I had to check the chat Kakao Talk because people are coming to my house in 2 hours, and then Oogie asked me to go. Was like, are you coming here for Saturday? I was like, yeah, I'll go. She's like, oh, I'll let you know if I can go. I'm like, so if you don't go, then I go by there by myself. Also, I was like, oh, and she's like, yeah. Like, oh, then I'll just ask Mia to go with me, and then we'll see each other there. But anyways, let's talk about solar panels. This is a solar panel, right? And each solar panel has lithium battery. Connected to, each solar panel has a line. It's 2K to install it? Wait, it's not that bad if it lasts 20 years. So it does not have lithium battery. So all homes are connected to a power grid. What is a grid? Wait. House grid. Oh, look. What? So let's look at this. Maybe it's much more than 2K? Maybe just installation is 2K? So here is my panel. Saying this is saved to the battery for this one. Can I get a miniature one? Would miniature one work? Like this big that maybe can power off my... Oh, I don't know. Oh shoot, that's so confusing. And then there's an inverter. What's a net meter? This is the electricity from public comes to my net meter to my inverter. Ah, so the lights here is being inverted to electricity. Ah, and then this is an extra battery for my electric vehicle. Well, we don't have that much sun in my house. Panel outputs DC, I think. So we need... What is DC? Like Washington DC? Hee hee. And AC? Oh, isn't there that band AC/DC? Isn't that where it come from? Hey, don't give me the facepalm. We say we can ask stupid questions. Or panel output stream catchers. That's true, John. I should be more doing research on it, but that's why I have you guys, as you guys are the reference in terms of framing as a positive or a negative impact. So that's why I keep asking you guys questions, so that I don't have to do much searching, or else I'll literally be sitting here on an article for like 2 hours, which I'm already doing somewhat close to it. So direct current, AC is alternating current. Direct current can kill you. Alternating current can kill me. Everything can kill me. So sunlight is DC, which is the strong electricity maybe. And then alternate is the household appliance when maybe it went through like a filter program thingamabobbers. So then since we are a stock streamer, how does this apply or impact stock? And what field or category does this apply to? So we're talking about energy or energy saving, blah blah blah. Or is this more like a social issue that we should just be aware of? Dude, how do you guys know so much about solar panels? Honestly, are you guys rich? Do you guys have $20,000 in your house and you have one already? How do you guys know so much? But anyways. Oh, you're an electrician. Oh, damn. So, solar companies. So what companies sell solar panels? And I hate when they Google solar. What is the biggest? Ooh. Guys, I think I caught the cold now. Sorry. I don't have good reflexes to turn off my mic. Sorry. Oh, thank you. Oh, my voice is getting worse. Tomorrow, we're doing IRL stream, but Jinri's not talking. It'll be TTS talking for me. So 10 biggest solar companies would be JKS. Jinko. Where's that from? Oh, Chinese. So maybe we shouldn't also look at solar panel companies, but look into photo, like, technology of photovoltaic. How about that? Cause you know what I realized in terms of stock investment is that we shouldn't think naively, as in think inside the box. Hey, of course solar panel will be the key, but the technology behind the solar panel is more important. So even we might be better off investing in like the converter companies. Maybe they'll do like, we figured out a way where we change DC and double the amount of DC, or using one DC it equals 2 AC. I don't know, we're talking random numbers, but you know, like the charges, you know, we found a way to convert it by, you know, doing something with the electricity and like bada bada ba, and it's cost efficient. So, you know what I mean? We can't trust countries with nuclear sun energies. Why? Oh, so I also want to look at companies. So we said the things that's related in solar technology is the solar panel, production of solar panel. You know, maybe the technology for voltaic voltaic, right? So we gotta figure out companies who do this. Okay, maybe we should write company. ENPH? That sounds like MBTI. Dude, I'm an ENPH. See, look, there's people that think like me. Ohana Q-Cell works with voltaic. Oh, okay. So the grid connected solar photovoltaic, da 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 da. So the companies. Let's first look at maybe we see the 2011 global top full polysilicon manufacturer. So we gotta look for manufacturer companies. So there is Jinko. So Jinko we saw earlier. There's maybe Hana Q-Cell. Oh, how about we try investing Korean stock Hana Q-Cell? And leave it for 10 years. 2030. Hopefully it'll be better off, right? But I also realized that a lot of Chinese companies are interested in investing in solar panels. Why? Only one in the top 10 for US. The one voltaic. Thank you. Inverters have higher profit margin. What's profit margin? Oh. That's why, Mr. Pirate, you should have invested in Korean stocks. Charts of those stocks for the past 25 years. Oh, really? How much profit you're making? Selling it? See? Look, Josh, I'm thinking outside of the box and I already figured out that, solar panel is so common because people don't know the real technology. Like, they're gonna be individual human being will think like me saying, hey, solar panel makes energy. We use energy from solar panel. But, guys, honestly, people don't know. If you don't have electrician in your chat, they're not gonna know the fact that solar panel takes DC light. We need to convert it. So what we need to convert it is inverters, or even maybe we are living in California 24/7, 365 sunlight always every day. So we actually have too much energy, too much, sunlight, too much DC, whatever. So we need batteries. FSLR and SEDG on Nasdaq. If you want to do a study. Oh, okay. So, yeah. That's what I'm thinking because the cost is also expensive. That's what you guys have to think. Okay. Jinri is thinking outside the box, guys. Now, my stock stream is gonna be awesome. And maybe with that, since I should try purchasing an inverter company. So the market opens in tonight. Do I stream tonight? But I have to play Lost Ark. I have to go to Kayangil. Maybe I should do watch stock market and play Lost Ark. When do I sleep, guys? So, no one may invest in as much as you, but Enphase had their stock run up pretty high last year. Oh yeah, so John just talked about that. Makes sense. They pump for a while, then dump, repeat. Oh, so you have to know the cycle too. That's why we have to look at the 25-year thing to see when the cycle is to make a prediction, and that is called something analysis. Technical analysis, TA. Everything's connecting the dot, guys. Holy cow! Stock is fun! Okay, that's what I should do with every freaking... My eyes hurt. Every freaking article. Ah, my eyes hurt. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is muy interesante, man. Are you guys learning a little? But, guys, here's the thing. You guys, don't forget, we have a disclaimer. So if you guys are going to say something about a stock, just be a little subtle. Just don't be very, you know, bold or, you know, like direct and say, hey, this company is going up. Don't say, you know, you gotta be cool about it. You know? Like what Mr. Pirate's doing. This company makes solar panels and that company makes inverters. You know, the wink wink thing that we learned in like elementary school. So but anyways, this is great. This is really fun. But I will look at those two companies. Oh, Paji. So, let's try continuing to the next articles. So next is now talking about laid off workers quickly find jobs. So people losing jobs are rapidly landing interviews, multiple jobs offer, and higher pay, holding down unemployment total. This is really great because we thought that unemployment rate would decrease after the inflation and people increasing the BP and everything. So when Suki was laid off from fintech insurance startup in early July, she worried it'd take months to find a job. And nervous seeing the amount of stomachs that was laying off folks, that I just She posted a video about her job loss in LinkedIn 2 days after she was let go. Oh, really? And so recruiters started messaging. Dear recruiters, I am looking for a job. My name is Jinri, and I've worked in Twitch as a streamer or a content creator for 2 years, and it was interesting. So within 2 weeks, all these residents had advanced to final stages with 7 companies. Holy cow, scored job offers from 2 of them. She accepted a remote copywriting job at Walgreens. Wow, that's really cool. So this is the jobless claims percentage change since January 2022. What does this mean though? What's initial claim and what's continuing claims? Companies in a broadening array of industries are announcing layoffs as they struggle with declining business activity, raising interest rates, high inflation, and shifting consumer spending habits. Laying off roughly 3,000 white-collar and contract employees. What? Wow. Well, that's good that people are still trying to find jobs. Boss was a full-time employed Lost Ark player? That's a secret. But one characteristic of today's economy is that jobs cut at small startups and large companies have yet to dent the overall labor market. Labor demand is still historically strong, offering only faint signs of cooling. There are nearly 2 jobs opening for every unemployed person seeking work. That means many working I can't speak English, so some are even weighing multiple offers. That's great. Unemployment so low, job openings so high, and the quit rate so high, we find that the balance of power is still with the job seeker. Really? In the week ended August 13th, a seasonally adjusted 250,000 workers filed for benefits above the 2019 pre-pandemic average of 218,000, and a sign that layoffs have ticked up. That's crazy. So continuing, na. Guys, is unemployment a huge issue? Why is unemployment bad? So job openings for healthcare and social assistance has increased from 5 to 9.1%. This is a very weird graph to show how much they've increased, guys, by the way. And then food service also increased. Information also increased. How come this is highlighted? Selected industries where companies are reporting layoff. Information. Finance and insurance. Real estate, rental and leasing. Retail trade. Retail trade kind of makes sense. So employers had 10.7 million unfiled jobs in June, down from a record of 11.9 million in March. I feel like people are hiring more in IT though, no? Why would they not hire more people from IT department? Wait, but why is... That's really funny. That's what I'm thinking. There's no way. Maybe for startup companies, but... So with this one, why is it bad that you're laying off? Or why is unemployment rate increasing bad? Kind of a stupid question, but how does that affect the... How does it affect the, like, maybe those economy? Oops, sorry. But I don't think... Wait, so laid off means you're not quitting. They fire you. Right? Yeah, how would it feel to get fired? That sucks. So there might be companies who might actually blame their performance so that they don't get a reputation saying we laid you off. Do it? So maybe a lot of I wonder if there's like a graph of seeing which state has the highest unemployment rate. even if wait, what if your performance sucks and they fire you because of your performance? Is that still laid off? Because that's still firing? But you're causing harm to the company. Ah, really? Yeah, I feel like US, it's easy to sue people. A laid off is when the job itself does not exist. So my department for the company that I used to work at got laid off because the department moved to a different country. Like they sent it to a different country because they didn't see the need of having that. That's crazy. Yeah, they were outsourcing to a different country. 안녕하세요. Ah. Because I thought people don't fire people off easily, right? So in this term, how would this impact stock market? Is there any connection to this laying off and stock market? It's not like, hey, this company laid off. Let's say we just saw a news saying Ford just laid off 5,000 people. We're gonna sell Ford because they suck. Doesn't that sound weird though? Laid off is interesting topic to think how we could correlate that with it. Company's not performing well. But here's the thing. Currently, because of the inflation, people are laying off people, right? So if I wanted to think about it this way, what if they're blaming, even if the performance is bad, what if they're blaming it on the COVID pandemic? But I guess people are smart. Those investors are smart, and they would actually search the company to see their their performance, their quarterly performance, yearly performance, and their overall performance. So if they're doing poorly, then they know okay, well, yours didn't just happen during COVID, but it also happened 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when there was anything related to COVID. That's how you connect laid off. Which company overhired during COVID? So maybe healthcare definitely overhired. Probably delivery, any type of delivery system, because we couldn't go outside, or even if you could, you basically had to eat outside, so they would have some issues. And then Shopify overhired? Why? In Ford's case, the layoff are in positions that are related to internal combustion engine that they're moving away from. So it's not just because of maybe people thinking recession's coming, but also the fact that we're moving on from combustion engines to renewable engine. So they're laying off. That's so sad. I'd be so sad. Like, imagine I worked at Ford for 50 years in combustion, and because they're like, oh, we're not doing combustion, bye-bye. Have you been? Ay, es muy difícil. So. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, really? Oh. Life is hard. I think I never want to be a CEO, even if it means spending lots of money. Oh, is this the CFO? Oh. That's true. I don't want to be the CFO. Ah, that's gonna be okay. Guys, should we start wrapping up? Because my friends are coming in like an hour, so I have to clean my house. Is that okay, guys? I forgot to do some cleaning. So my house is a complete mess. And they're coming for a housewarming party, so I'll save the news for... Well, maybe we'll read it when I go to a cafe tomorrow, or during free time. Lost Ark LAN party? Yeah. I'll be playing Lost Ark hopefully tonight, but I don't know if I might think about streaming Lost Ark. Oh, thank you, Mr. Pirate, for staying this long, but I might have to clean my toilet bowls and stuff. But I was thinking of streaming Lost Ark, but not having my friend's voice in it, because first of all, they swear a lot, and second of all, it's all in Korean, and we talk about like personal stuff a lot, so maybe, but I'm thinking. Really? That's funny. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that is... I'm gonna end for today. But I hope today's stock stream was fun. I kind of now understand what I'm supposed to do. So maybe I'll start doing trading for Korean stock. So I'll read my plan for tomorrow. Next week's schedule is reading, you know, whatever I wanted to learn. So probably it'll be about some other financial stuff. And then I'll turn on the Korean stock. I'll read a couple of Korean stock stuff, etc. And then like do what we did today, dive in. I'll also read the US stock news, because I'll read the US news first because it has a lot of impact with the Korean news. Actually, they have a lot of correlating stuff. Yeah, I'll do with the money that I have left anyways, so don't worry too much. It's not like I don't even have money to start with. So, but that's what I'm planning on doing. Maybe I'll do like a short, like a day trade thing, maybe, but I know day trading is much harder, so I'll have to still see. But thanks for giving me a great idea, and thanks for answering my questions a lot today. Sorry that I had a cough in between, but I think I really have to save my voice because I can feel that it's about to die soon. So thank you guys for watching and see you guys tomorrow. I'll be going to Hanok Place. I'll be wearing my hanbok. I purchased one, but before that I'll just wear like casual clothes and change there somewhere. So that's the plan for tomorrow, and see you guys tomorrow. So hope you guys come. Bye guys.